I was wondering if you could address briefly the issue of roadblocks inside the West Bank, because you addressed a lot of other issues, but this is something I think that is still has to be on the table in a negotiation process.
Robert? Yeah, thank you, Robert. Just want to also say, by the way, you can be the first generation that is kosher and green. You can actually bring the two big trends together. The roadblock situation has actually been used as a political football. So the Israelis have argued that they've actually improved freedom of movement for Palestinians, and they've lifted some of the checkpoints. The United States continues in the same sentence that they demand a settlement freeze, demanding more freedom of movement for Palestinians. In fact, I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the last time Daniel and I checked with the United Nations, who keeps track of how many checkpoints and roadblocks there are, the number is still over 600. It hasn't actually come down under 600. Part of it is the way the Israelis are calculating when they take down a checkpoint and when they don't take down a checkpoint, and what they consider a checkpoint and what they don't consider a checkpoint. The UN considers anything that's a barrier to Palestinian movement that's been created by the Israelis as a checkpoint. This falls into the whole. There are really actually two things on the ground that enrage Palestinians more than probably anything else, because they're not abstract issues of denying freedom, etc. They're very in-your-face daily humiliations. One of them is the roadblocks, and the other one is seeing the settlements and having the settlers operate freely all around you as you're confined into these little ghettos. And I can say that when Abu Mazen used to send the legal advisors to Tel Aviv during the Intifada to speak to Israeli audiences, and we would have to try to leave through Columbia checkpoint, and there was never a time he sent us where there wasn't tear gas fired, there weren't people shooting over our heads, there wasn't a chaos at the checkpoint with just crowds of people trying to get through. And honest to God, I mean, I was born and raised in the United States, and I think I'm a calm, level-headed person. Nothing would make me so enraged. I would literally, we'd be in Tel Aviv at the cinema that they used for an auditorium, and we would speak there. And my hands would be shaking, and I would be just so upset. And one of the first questions would always be from the audience, why don't you love us? Why is it there's so much rage? Why do you hate us? And you'd just be sitting there holding the podium and saying, we don't hate you. Stop shooting at us. So, the roadblocks are one of the things that, more than anything else, I think, enrages even the most moderate Palestinians.